I found a couple Castlevania hacks that are actually pretty recent, except for maybe the Retold 2 hack. I think they are fine, but I do have some problems with them. I think they should have removed the stopwatch or time stopper. It is still just as useless as it is in the regular game. Same goes to the dagger/knife. I assume they didn't bother to make them more useful because the hacking tools don't allow to make those changes that easily. If that is the case, then I think they should have removed these sub-weapons, because all they do is to be a nuisance, since most people don't use these weapons, and if you end up grabbing them by accident, then I'm sure it's going to ruin your playthrough. I know that, because I actually found a glitch on the last level of the last tier hack that made the time stopper completely invisible, and I ended up grabbing it by accident as a result. Yeah, such glitchy bullshit. I would like to still talk about how I would improve these two sub-weapons. I think the time stopper should work almost just like it does in the Castlevania arcade game, Haunted Castle. In that game, the time stopper is actually one of the best sub-weapons, due to the fact that it freezes everything, including bosses, and it only costs 2 hearts per use. As for the knife, I think it should work just like it does in Castlevania Symphony of the Night, with no delay on when you press the button to throw it. Or, it should work just like the knife from the Ghost and Goblins games, because just like a certain YouTuber said,
it's fast, you can shoot it fast, and it pretty much shits on the javelin just about every way possible.
But as it is, these sub-weapons can go fuck themselves, if you ask me. Hell, I think I wouldn't mind if these hacks added new sub-weapons like the boomerang from Castlevania Bloodlines, or the unused sub-weapons that the original game was going to have, or maybe even a weapon from Castlevania 2. When it comes to sound, these hacks offer absolutely nothing new. All of the music and sound effects remain unchanged from the original game. They are sadly not hacks that can rival Castlevania Chorus of Mysteries from 2007 in the sound department, or in the boss department, but oh well. The graphics are the best that these hacks can provide, but I do have a minor problem with how they colored Richter Belmont for the Retold 2 hack. I don't care if they painted him red as a color palette limitation. Castlevania 3 was able to sort of get around that. This is how I would paint him for an 8-bit game on the NES. I think I don't like how these hacks don't offer more levels compared to Castlevania 1. Yes, the first game has the right amount of levels, so it doesn't drag like Castlevania 4, but as long as the levels don't take forever to complete, I wouldn't have minded a bit more levels. Overall, these recent Castlevania hacks are fine if you want another excuse to basically replay the first Castlevania game. They do offer a slightly different but familiar level design, and the custom graphics are pretty good. But I think my favorite was the Retold 2 hack, since it actually made the controls less stiff. You can actually influence the height of your jumps depending on how long you hold the jump button. You can also control your jumps in midair too, and you can even jump off stairs as well. You sadly cannot jump on stairs though, but oh well, these changes do make Retold 2 a slightly better experience if you are not used to the stiff controls of the original Castlevania games on the NES. I guess I should add what I would do if I made a Castlevania hack. I think I would make hacks based on other gothic franchises like Vampire Hunter D, because that is a series that sadly had a mediocre game on the PS1. That's unfortunate, since I do like the looks of the protagonist. He looks just as badass as Alucard. I would also make the levels based on non-platforming horror games like Uninvited. And maybe a sequel to Nosferatu 2, the Super Nintendo game, because that is one of those games I want to like, but I almost can't like it, since it mimics the gamma play of Prince of Persia. It would have been a better game if it had less clunky controls.